This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get right into the news. Well, Lil Durk is special, my G. So, you know how they post people's net worth on like online and everything? He actually took offense to that and said, I'm worth way more than $3 million. Well, that's not smart to brag about. First of all, people will be envious of you. Second of all, the government's going to be like, oh, really? Okay, let's look into this guy's finances. You know, like, dude, you never brag about how much money you got. Ever. That's why it's a very insecure thing to do. Like when Moneybagg Yo and Ari do it, it's not smart to talk about stuff like that. It's smart to just be low key. Seriously. Duty Low and this girl, I don't know her real name, but she's to clarify my victory. He put a restraining order against me for stalking and harassment because of me basically talking on social media, all his claims of lying. If he would have won, he wanted a condition of the restraining order to be that I would have to delete all the posts and everything, right? This whole, like, this is Lil Durk's artist, supposedly, or affiliated. It's pretty weird, man. Like, this case with the Duty Low thing, and he was accused of, doing, I'm not even gonna say. It's disgusting, man. Who knows what's going on? You know, they got to go to court and figure that out. But it's pretty gross, you know. So they got to go have their day in court. Lil Mosey, there's new conditions. He has that case going on where a girl said he took advantage of him, and that case is, I guess, moving forward, and they won't be able to take into account old relationships he had or something like that. It was something along the lines of that. And I was like, all right, well, what's his name? Wait, where's the case? I'm trying to look up exactly what it was. But there's, they're, as they move forward in the case and they're going to bring it before a judge, I guess they're not allowing him to bring old stuff like that, relationships in the past or something like that. But, these things sometimes end up being a fan or somebody that just was scorned and takes him to court. Okay, decided to block his lawyers from using prior acts as consensual. Yeah. I don't know. With that same person or other women, I have no idea. Gunna and Drake's track leaks. I'm not really, I like Gunna's choice of beats and everything, and I know I'm just not into the Gunna style of music, even though he's good. For that style, it's good. But Gunna and Drake, P-Power leaks. And this was supposed to be on DS Forever, but Drake's avoiding doing features right now because he has that whole thing going on from the Travis Scott thing. So he kind of has to, he's just playing it safe right now. Meek Mill going on Twitter a little bit too much again. He said he gets high every day and gets depressed, and as soon as he gets high, be happy, be sober. It helps. I think deeper and more realistic. And then he went, ha 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 ha. Well, that's not really funny. I mean, it's true, and you're promoting something positive. But how is it, ha 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 ha? I don't know. Hey. Pete Davidson performs with Jack Harlow. Probably one of the most cringy things I've seen today. It's Safari, another cringy thing. Posted, nobody ever did an outfit change mid-freestyle like that in life. Yeah, because you needed that, because nobody cared about the freestyle. You had to do something to show off. This guy is... Safari's nuts, bro. I'm going to be honest. He's alright, but he's kind of nuts. Then we got D Bando passes away in Houston in the hospital. Nothing crazy. Well, it's crazy, but he just got ill. So RIP to D Bando, and condolences to his family. That's sad, man. He passed away on January 5th. Very sad. Let's see. who recently signed. He worked with Money In, who's also a Kia, and recently signed to Quality Control Music. Yeah, condolences to his family. It's never easy losing a family member. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I appreciate you guys. And I also want to say something about, so like, you get Fresh and Fit podcasts, and one thing I like they do, right, is that they bring different women on there, younger women, and they have a different perspective on life. And some older women that have a different perspective on life as well. And you see some women are like, yo, the guy has to make $150,000 a year and makes this and this, and it's like you have all these prerequisites. When like, what are your prerequisites? Like, you know, it has to be even keel, right? You shouldn't really. The point I'm trying to make is, life is about connecting with people and building with people, finding someone you can trust that has your back. It's about relating to somebody. What they expose on that podcast and Kevin Samuels is that, and there's also a negative side, and we'll get to that too. What they expose on that is just the younger generation's warped version, and it could be guys and females, of just like what prerequisites you need to be with somebody instead of looking for something real, you know? And you'll be miserable your whole life if you don't find something real, a real connection with somebody, you know? What you want to avoid is toxic behavior, someone that makes you feel less than you are, stuff like that. You want someone that's going to uplift you, and someone that's going to have your back, and you should have their back. And you shouldn't be always looking for something better, because usually you'll be disappointed. Things people can put on an act. Now, the thing I don't like about that podcast and Kevin Samuels is that they talk about high value men, and when women have babies, their value goes down and all that. That's a lame way to look at life. And when they say like, oh, a man of a certain stature shouldn't be monogamous, now you're talking about being materialistic, and that's your value of what you have. So if you lost everything, you're worth nothing, right? When that's not true. And that's where they lose me, because I'm like, wait a minute. These guys, if they really look at life like that, they're going to be miserable their whole lives, because they're always going to find girls that are with them because of what they have, right? Because that's their bait, right? And then the girl's never going to really have a connection with them, and will leave them as soon as they have a bad run. You know, life is a roller coaster. It goes up and down. And if you just want to be with somebody to be arm candy and everything, well, now you're into prostitution. Okay? And, you know, if you want to live that life, that's cool, but it's a miserable life. It's a lonely life. I don't know if any of you guys, if you guys or girls, you know, you're just dating. How miserable are you when you're just dating around for a year or two and you're never really having connections with anybody? You're just dating. I've gone through stages of years like that, you know, because you just don't want to feel anything. But you end up really lonely, you know, and you got to kind of put it on the line and risk being hurt, you know? And it sucks, because that also hurts, caring about somebody, and putting it all on the line and being vulnerable, you know? But so there's a fine line between their podcast and Kevin Samuels, where they're kind of checking the younger generation, or just checking people in general, because people have a warped version of the world now. I wouldn't even say the younger generation. There's a lot of people that think like that. And, you know, I don't particularly like how they, you know, a woman isn't devalued the more kids she has. I mean, you know, sure, if she has like 20 kids with 10 different baby daddies, that's not really a good calculation on life. But if she has a kid or two and it didn't work out with the guy she was with, and she's looking for a connection, that woman still has a lot to offer. You know, I know there's some that don't, but, you know, if you connect with that woman, she still has things to. She's a human being still. You know, like come on. You know, like I'm just saying this because it's like, let's get a reality check here. You know, I understand why they go so hard in one direction. They have an audience, but you know, there's a fine line between everything you hear on the internet. You know, and as we know here, we try to like balance that out. I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you guys having a great weekend. I'm taking it a little easy this weekend, as you can see. You know, like I usually use January and February since they're slow anyways. You know, I try to use that as a time to like, you know, just take it easy a little bit. You gotta check your own mental awareness of everything and just focus on yourself. You know, just take it easy. You should do the same. Sometimes, like when you get opportunity to shut down a little bit, you know. But you know, there's times where you just got to double down. You know, there's a balance to it. But like, if you're feeling like you're approaching a burnout, you got to take it easy for a few weeks. That's what I do. You can tell when you're approaching a burnout. I think I was 2 weeks ago. I've noticed my energy's been a little different, so I don't want to burn out. So you know, I just take it back just a little bit, and then then we'll double down again. Don't worry. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, and always, if you're a guy, treat women very well. You know, they should treat you well back, but I'm just saying, don't treat people like they're not worth anything, you know. And same for women. You got to treat guys well too, you know. Like, stop playing so many games with each other. That doesn't help anybody. It actually, you think you might be making someone want you more. You can make them want you less. You know, there's all these like self-help books and stuff for stuff like that it's mumbo jumbo. Okay. You know, just go off a vibe and don't be afraid to tell somebody how you feel. You know, and if it hurts, sometimes you don't get the reaction you want, but you know, you'll live another day, you know, and you move on, you know. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.